Okay, so I want to tell a story today, and that story is about how one of my aunts and my family do not talk to me because they think that I, at the age of 16, did something with her partner at the time. And I have been a nervous wreck to talk about something like this and to tell the
about the spirit of chaos and confusion attached to the Braxton family now.
Y'all, the Braxtons really are the family that never runs out of drama, both on and off screen. Just when you think you've heard every secret, their niece steps forward with a shocking claim. She says the family completely abandoned her after it came out that one of her aunt's partners made inappropriate advances toward her when she was just 16 years old. Instead of standing by her and confronting the situation, she says they swept everything under the rug and pushed her aside, all to protect that aunt's man.
When she found this conversation, this sort of conversation, and she showed it to my dad, and my dad called the aunt, and we spoke about it, and we talked about it a little bit, and I remember just a lot of emotions, was a lot going on. I was 16 at the time, and I'm 32 now. I had to think about it. I'm 32 now. And so, oh my God, it's been 16 years. This is wild. Anyway, okay. So yeah, my aunt was there for me. She was very kind and very nice. And was like, I'm so sorry that this happened to you, blah, 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 blah. And not blah, 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 but she was very kind, and it just felt like safe, you know? But then as the years had gone by, it's like that mood and that assumption that I didn't do anything because I was a child was not that assumption.
After everything we've seen from this family, none of this really comes as a surprise. The relationship between the Braxton sisters and the whole family, honestly, has always been rocky. And this isn't the first time someone from their circle has come forward claiming that another family member crossed a serious line. What really set people off this time was finding out exactly which aunt and partner were involved, and just how far the Braxton sisters were willing to go to forgive the abuse of one of their own. Word is Toni Braxton might now be regretting ever putting her family in the public eye through their reality show, because at this point, all those paychecks don't seem worth over a decade of constant negative headlines.
Confessing that although I love my family, most of the time I don't like my family. Everyone in my family.
Look at Brown.
Everybody. I feel like I'm angry at everybody in my family. I don't like my family. If they weren't my family, they wouldn't be my friend.
Ashley isn't the daughter of any of the Braxton sisters. She's actually the eldest daughter of their brother, Mikey Braxton Jr. He's a nurse who's made a few appearances on the family's reality show over the years. And Ashley wasn't wrong when she said the Braxtons have some serious generational trauma to work through. Her father also doesn't seem very close to his sisters for reasons that have never been fully clear, and he's mostly been doing his own thing. Unfortunately, Ashley ended up bearing the weight of that distance, growing up in what sounds like a deeply fractured family environment.
Just felt like love from my family was just cut off and gone. And you're like, but wait, that guy? And it made it even worse because it was like, wait, this guy that was doing this to you on TV? And like, it's kind of cohorts in the same spirit of what was happening. Not in the same cohorts, in the same spirit, but like, you know? It's so painful.
The aunt Ashley was referring to is allegedly Trina Braxton and her ex-husband, Gabe Solis. Now, Ashley never mentioned any names directly, but she did hint that the way her aunt's husband treated her on TV completely shocked her, and internet sleuths wasted no time connecting the dots. It didn't take long before people realized she was talking about Trina and Gabe. Ashley even liked a comment that mentioned their names, which practically confirmed the speculation that AT first, Trina, the aunt in question, was reportedly sympathetic toward Ashley, telling her it wasn't her fault since she was just a child when it happened. But over time, that compassion vanished. Trina allegedly began believing that Ashley had tried to seduce her husband And from that point on, Ashley was cut off completely. Gabe clearly had Trina fighting some deep demons, which might explain her heavy drinking during their marriage. The two had a toxic, trauma-bonded relationship, and when Gabe later passed away from cancer, Trina was absolutely distraught. Even her husband, Vaughn, reportedly couldn't understand why his death affected her so deeply, considering how much pain and chaos she endured just to stay married to Gabe. It wouldn't be far-fetched to believe that she might have tried to protect him, even after he was accused of making inappropriate advances toward her own niece.
He cheated, and he just super duper messed up and was like, you know what? I messed up, but I'm going to do everything that I can to make amends and make my marriage work. And Dr. Sherry, you know, I called you about something recent that happened in Gabe and I's relationship. I feel like we went back a good 25 steps. That is why I do not wear my ring.
You know, I was going to point that out.
You ask me, why aren't you wearing your ring? Take it, pawn it. I don't want it.
No.
The symbolism is gone. When that ring was put on my finger, what it symbolized no longer applies. So I don't want it. And I don't care how much it's worth, keep it. It means nothing to me.
Gabe, do you understand what that's about?
In the middle of the night, she had a gut feeling that I was doing something that I shouldn't be doing. So I gave her my phone.
And then snatched it from me.
And then then I started thinking, I was like, well, shoot, I'm not checking your phone.
Well, was there anything on that phone that you didn't want her to see?
There were text messages between me and, well,
other women.
Yeah.
There must have been something in the water with that family, because it's wild how much has been coming out about the Braxtons lately. And remember, y'all, this isn't even the first time Ashley has spoken up about all of this.
I was born into this family, but, you know, the most interesting thing is, like, my life was not a reflection. What are you doing? And I just looked at her and I said, I've got to get out of here. I've got to get out of here. And I'll never forget her face. She looked at me like, okay, so you're leaving? You just got here.
Yeah.
And there was that look of like, babe, I'm so sorry, but I've got to go.
Yeah. Have you spoken with her subsequently about what was going through her mind at that point in time?
No, it's interesting. She passed away 3 years ago.
Oh,
There's so many, I know. There was so many things that I never got to ask her.
yeah.
I did get to in a dream. I'll tell you about that later.
Okay.
But that was really devastating for me when she passed away because the person who had also gone through what I had gone through was gone. So obviously me speaking, people are like, is this a made up story? I didn't have that person.
Yeah.
I didn't have that connection anymore, someone who truly understood me. And of course, I left you in a sort of semi-difficult situation. And then also growing up, there was, I guess, you know, when you're touched inappropriately as a child and then it sort of manifests and then you start doing it. So then there was a lot of guilt there because I had sexually touched her.
Right.
And so for me, the reason why she passed away was because of drugs. And so for me, all of those reasons was because of me, and that's why she's not here.
That TikTok definitely caused a stir, but it's not the first time she's opened up. She's spoken in past interviews about just how traumatic her childhood really was.
I really had to take the time and go back to that part of my life and understand how much feeling of like I didn't matter, that I was unworthy. It just felt like love from my family was just cut off and gone.
Ashley went through a lot, carrying the weight of her trauma completely on her own. And like people always say, hurt people hurt people. She began acting out, unintentionally passing that pain on to her sister. When her sister passed away, Ashley felt like she had no one left in her corner. Her aunts wanted nothing to do with her, and Mikey didn't do much to stand up for his daughters. To make things worse, Ashley's mother gave up custody of her and her sister when they were very young. Growing up with that kind of abandonment left Ashley feeling unworthy of love, like she didn't matter to her family at all.
In the sense of there's hate screaming from your heart, you know what I mean? It turns into pure hatred and rage. So before, maybe things were to happen and I couldn't retaliate, so I internalized it. But an emotional way as a kid would.
Yeah.
Whereas when I got older, I mean, it turned to real.
What happened to Ashley isn't an isolated case. It reportedly happened to Tamar as well. Tamar has spoken about being touched inappropriately by a family member when she was young, and Tracy once shared a similar experience. Like Tamar, Tracy never revealed who the person was, but the pattern is hard to ignore. It's clear that this kind of trauma runs deep in the Braxton family. And just as troubling, it seems no one ever truly stepped in to protect or support the sisters when they needed it most.
Childhood that I was like too afraid to talk about or too ashamed to talk about. But the truth of the matter is that, you know, I have been molested, you know, by both sides of my family. And it's not nothing I ever...
Ashley has shared several videos opening up about her experience, but she's also asked people not to attack her family over what she revealed. She says she's simply telling her story, not to stir up drama, but to finally find peace and move forward.
Hey guys, okay, I appreciate the love, the support. I think it's an important topic to talk about. But the whole point of me speaking about the situation was not to ostracize somebody. It was to actually shed light upon this sort of situation. And there's so many women and men and people in the world who have to be silenced. And the point was to voice what happened to me. There is no right way. There is no wrong way. There is other sides of the stories. I don't believe that I need to come out with a bang and with guns blazing. And it's not who I am. It's not actually my character. And it's not what I was intending to.
And while Ashley doesn't owe anyone any explanations about her experience, some people felt she could have at least made it clearer who she was referring to. When her first video dropped, a lot of fans immediately started pointing fingers at Tamar, since she's often viewed as the most outspoken, and at times the most controversial of the sisters. People also remember Tamar's past rants on Twitter, where she once wrote, "My family is toxic. I should have never gone back to Braxton family values. Never. Y'all have no idea, the gaslighting is crazy. OMG, I just pray my marriage can be saved and my life can be spared. My family is awful." It wasn't until Ashley liked a comment confirming that she was actually talking about Trina and Gabe that people started to redirect their attention. But by then, the internet had already come for nearly every member of the Braxton family, calling them out for allegedly abandoning their niece when she was at her most vulnerable.
Look, I'm no psychologist, but Evelyn Braxton is absolutely the root cause of her family's generational trauma, okay? She's not the sole cause. Michael Braxton Sr. got some issues too, but she is the fish rots from the head. I was once told that millennials have the luxury of depression, and I know that's gonna sound really jarring, but if you sit with it, it's very true. Because being depressed means that you can sit in your emotions, and if you are in survival mode, you can't stop to sit in anything. Evelyn Braxton has been in survival mode most of her life. I don't know what that woman went through. She's never spoken about it, but the way she bottles things and the way she copes, she has spewed that toxic coping all over her family. Because I'm trying to think, how would Michael Braxton Jr., how does a father allow his daughter to experience that, right? Like what? Then again, Michael Braxton Sr. abandoned his daughters for some tail too, so they truly is generational.
Someone even asked Ashley if her grandmother had at least supported her through everything, and baby, her silence said all. Even though the Braxton family hasn't come forward to confirm or deny any of Ashley's claims, people still believe her. In fact, many are applauding her for finally speaking up after staying silent for so long. I believe it. You heard what Tony said. If they weren't her family, she'd have absolutely nothing to do with them. Period. How can you place blame on a child for underage predator behavior and then stop speaking to them? It's weird that the aunt didn't leave her husband and instead placed the blame on the child. That's crazy. But seriously, y'all, what do you think about Ashley's story and all this Braxton family drama? Do you think she should come right out and name the aunt she's talking about? Or is it better left unsaid? Sound off in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming down the pipeline. See you in the next video. Bye, Patties.